What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are at another Mortal Kombat 11 video, and I'm really excited to be doing this because basically, guys, we almost know the entire roster. Pretty much the entire roster has been revealed at this point, if Ed Boon is stopping at 25 characters. And we do see 25 slots that's on the character select screen, so it's a safe guess that we are going to have 25 characters to kick things off. I've said it in a video in the past that some other YouTubers or some other gamers have speculated that we might have 30 characters instead of 25, which I think would make a lot of people really happy if we had 30 instead of 25, because that would probably add at least 5 more characters. I'm thinking 5 more legacy characters, because at this point we've had, I think, at least like 5 characters from Mortal Kombat X, 5 brand new characters from Mortal Kombat X join the cast and help to fill out the 25 base roster. And I think that's where a lot of people are really angry and mad, because these characters are clearly taking up space and not allowing for some of the legacy characters, some of their favorites, to come back, like Fujin, Noob, Saibot, Smoke, people like that. So if this roster was, if Mortal Kombat 11 did have a base roster of 30, I think a lot of people would be so much happier. And then on top of that, we'd have the combat packs and everything. But so far, it looks like it's probably going to stop at 25 characters, and with that being the case, then we do have like 5 brand new characters from Mortal Kombat X taking up slots that is really kind of taking some space away from some of the more legacy characters. So yeah, guys, that's kind of unfortunate and everything, but you know, looks like we're just gonna have to deal with it. But as of right now, it looks like the entire roster has been revealed. The only thing that we do not know at this point are who these remaining brand new characters are that have been added to the roster. The Steam League let us know that their names start with CET, the first one, the second one TER, and the third one KOL. Now, in a video in the past, I did talk about how maybe TER might stand for Terminator, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to treat it as if this is a brand new character we've just never seen before, someone who's going to be added to the roster. Because if Terminator is going to be added, he would be a part of the DLC pack, he wouldn't be a part of the base roster. So I'm just going to treat this whole TER as a brand new character. So the reason I want to make this video, and I think this is a really fun video because this is going to get a lot of people thinking, and I know a lot of people are going to leave some really great comments on this video, is that we have CET, we don't know who that is, TER, we don't know who that is, and KOL, we don't know who that is. So my idea was that maybe, just maybe, is it possible that we might be getting some new ninjas? And I really hope that I might be correct, at least on one of these characters, because for a game, you know, someone made a really good point in my comment section. They were talking about how for a game that, you know, is based in martial arts and had it start with, you know, martial arts and ninjas and creatures and things like that, we are missing a lot of characters that kind of represent that side of sorry, I almost said American Idol. We're missing a lot of characters that represent that side of Mortal Kombat. And I will say that is true to an extent, because if we look at Mortal Kombat 9, they pretty much went back to Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, which pretty much had all the ninjas, everybody in there. And then we went to Mortal Kombat 10, which introduced new characters, which was really cool. I actually liked the direction of Mortal Kombat 10, but I just kind of fell off the wagon when Ed Boon was making all these statements, making it seem like we're going to go back to the original characters, and then all of a sudden we have like 5 characters from Mortal Kombat X. So yeah, didn't really care for that very much. So so in a way, you can kind of see that with Mortal Kombat 11, we do seem to be getting away from a lot of characters that are a little more rooted in the origins of Mortal Kombat, in the sense of being ninjas and being the original blueprint of how, you know, the characters were initially interacting with one another. But yeah, so I just wanted to have this conversation with you guys and just throw the idea out there that maybe we might be getting some new ninjas. Who knows? I think this is worth talking about, and this will give a lot of people an opportunity to share what their feelings are about this as well. Now, one thing I've always loved about the ninjas is that Ed Boon and Netherrealm, or Midway back in the day, they always made a point to kind of pattern the ninjas after different colors, giving them different personalities and powers, things like that. And some of them being elemental, like Sub-Zero and Tremor, and even Scorpion. And then some of them, you know, just kind of being, well, actually, I think Rain was also elemental because he's water too. So I thought it would be really cool to take a moment to just maybe speculate and see exactly if they were going to give us some new ninjas, what kind of ninjas would we get, and what kind of ninjas would people like to see from Mortal Kombat, from the Mortal Kombat franchise at this point. So I just kind of took the time to put a list of just some ideas, you know, that we can just kind of discuss back and forth. One thing that we've never seen a white ninja, which I think is pretty interesting because white is one of the most basic colors. We've had the black ninja of, you know, Noob Saibot pretty much represents the black ninja. He's always the one in all black. Either him or Smoke, depending on what kind of skin you see Smoke in. But most of the time, Smoke's original outfit was gray, so that's kind of how I identify him with that color. And then Noob Saibot, I identified him with black. And then, so we've never really had a white ninja. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. So a white ninja would be really cool to have. As far as his powers and abilities, I'm not entirely sure, but a white ninja would be interesting. Now, of course, guys, if y'all have kind of followed some of the Mugen Mortal Kombat formats on YouTube, some people have created some game engines where they've developed their own they've taken the Mortal Kombat I guess format of the game and just kind of recreated it, redesigned it, and went through all the different ninjas and the female characters and changed all their colors and gave them different powers and stuff. So, you know, there was one character that came out of, I think, the Mugen world, and his name was, what? I'm blanking out on what his name was. Chrome. There we go. We had Chrome. And so Chrome seemed to kind of symbolize a bit of a white ninja of sorts, but Chrome actually had like a metallic look, like a silver metallic look to him. So, and I don't know exactly what Chrome's powers and abilities were supposed to be, but it did seem like I've seen renderings of him where both of his hands were like hooks or like sharp blades, things like that. I've seen some renderings of him where he looked normal all over again. But anyway, so I mean, maybe Chrome could be a type and a prototype of sorts, of a type of white ninja of sorts. But of course, it seems like Netherrealm is not. I've never really known Netherrealm to be open to allowing fans to submit and do a character strictly based on fan demand, which I think that would be a great idea. Because, you know, Chrome was a great idea. Whoever came up with Chrome, it clearly wasn't anyone at Netherrealm, but Chrome was a great idea. I'd love to have a ninja who was based on, you know, metal and metallic and blades and sharp things and shiny stuff, and that would be really cool. But that does lead us to discuss the idea of, you know, why doesn't Netherrealm open up, you know, with as creative as the Mortal Kombat community is, and all the creativity that flows in the community for Mortal Kombat, both in fan art, deviant art, online art, things like that. I mean, I've seen some incredible images and pictures and renderings of existing characters, and also of imaginative, you know, totally created characters. I wonder why Netherrealm never takes the opportunity to open up the MK universe and allow for, you know, fan art to make its way into the game, or characters based on what the fans demand to be created and included in the game. That would be an awesome way to get more fan inclusion. So guys, yeah, go ahead, leave some comments in the comment section below. How do y'all feel about Netherrealm possibly doing like a contest, or allowing fans to submit their ideas for a character, and that character would then go on to make the roster for one of their games? I think that would create a stronger bond and relationship between the fans and the studio, and it would also help the fans to know that the studio is actually listening to us, because, you know, when they're getting ready to release a new game, kind of like what's happening right now with Mortal Kombat 11, it's like you're getting ready to release a new game, the fans have been clamoring for these same characters over and over for years, and then you give us a roster that has nothing to do with the characters that we've been asking for. So I think if they were to do something like a contest or somewhere where they would allow fans to submit character art, submit character ideas, character storylines, whatever, and allow that to be incorporated in the game, that would strengthen the relationship between the fan community and the Netherrealm Studios production company, and it would really help the fans to feel like their voices are getting heard. Because Some of what's happening right now, it just doesn't seem like they've been listening to us, and they're kind of doing what they want to do, which they're entitled to do that because it's their creation. They own the rights to the company, to this game, and we're kind of here along for the ride. But at the same time, we're the ones who's having to buy the game. So so I do think that NetherRealm should listen to the fans and allow us to be included in some, allow the fans to influence the direction of the game to a certain extent. So yes, guys, so leave comments in the comment section below of whether that's a good idea and that's something that you think NetherRealm should do. Because me personally, I mean, I would love to see a female android ninja. Not ninja, but well, I guess you could say that, a female android character, a female robot. I mean, why don't we have a female robot? I've been kind of talking about that off and on throughout my videos for months now. Female robot would be great. Anyway, so let's go back to the topic. So we were talking about the idea of getting more ninjas, or brand new ninjas, introduced. So I was talking about a white ninja, the idea of chrome, and then I thought it would be really cool to have a ninja who was totally made of energy. That would be really cool to have like an energy ninja who would be able to have all of his powers and abilities based in the ability to use energy to express or to shock or send energy balls or things like that. That would be really, really cool. I know at this point it's really tough. I mean, they've kind of covered a lot of the elemental and base, the basic elemental ideas for a lot of the ninjas. So it's kind of like tough to really come up with with totally original ideas for some of these ninjas. But I still think it would be a real novel idea to actually have a ninja who was made of energy, not just being able to use energy as attacks, but his whole body made out of energy. So that would kind of make him able to either teleport or to able to pass through things or to do things like that. So an energy ninja would be cool. And maybe energy, or maybe even a ninja that's dependent on solar power, being able to manipulate solar energy, needing to have some sort of power source like the sun to be able to maintain his power level, or to be able to being able to harness the power of the sun, something like that. We've never seen a ninja that's had some kind of connection to trees or to plants or to physical elements of nature, things like that. I thought that type of ninja would be really cool to see as well. Something along the lines of almost like a male poison ivy, like some sort of ninja who would be able to either use like leaves or vines or grass, trees, limbs, bark, branches, things like that in creative attacks. I think that would be something really, really cool. Like I said, like a male version of poison ivy. But I think you could do a spin on a ninja that would have him be able to have his own identity without it seeming to be like a total ripoff of poison ivy, because she was more into the whole the poison lips and kissing and the using the vines and the, what do you call that, the man-eating plants and things like that. Very, very comic bookish stuff like that. So I think it would be really cool. You could do like a very, very masculine spin on a male ninja, maybe give him like a really light green color so that you can separate him from reptile, and allow him to use elements from nature to attack other people. So I think that would be really, really cool. And one of the last ideas that I kind of came up with was I really would love to see a completely 100% liquid ninja. I was always really inspired by the whole Glacius. Guys, if y'all have played Killer Instinct, I loved how Glacius played, because he played he was kind of like the form of like ice in a way, but at the same time he was like an alien that could liquid himself. He could liquidate, I guess he could liquidate himself, but he could cause himself to go into a puddle and move across the round as he was fighting. And I always thought that was such a cool move, and I thought it would be so cool to have a ninja that was totally liquid, that could like liquidize themselves and move across the map, and and be able to kind of turn themselves into liquid at any given moment to either avoid attacks, or turn themselves into pools of liquid and actually move themselves below their opponent and actually like drown them within the pool as they themselves are like a pool of liquid on the ground. I mean, that would be so cool. I'm like, yes. Anyways, okay, guys, I think I've had enough with this whole, guys, you guys see where I'm coming from, but the gist of this entire video is the idea that we might be getting some new ninjas, and I would like to think that we are, because it does seem like the franchise is slowly getting away from some of the original concepts that was the basis for the game, to have the martial arts element, to have the ninjas present, all this stuff, and it would be nice to have some new ninjas to come in to kind of like fill in the gap. So guys, let me know what you think. Leave comments in the comment section below, and this is Astronaut out.